Welcome to Brewstar Reviews. Dive into the world of Amazon products with us as we provide honest, in-depth reviews to help you make informed purchasing decisions. Television: A Novel of Luck is a significant work in the landscape of contemporary European literature authored by the Belgian writer Jean-Philippe Toussaint. This narrative serves as a meditative exploration of the modern human condition, specifically focusing on the pervasive influence of electronic media and the subtle psychological shifts that occur when one attempts to disconnect from the constant stream of information. The story follows an academic who has traveled to Berlin on a sabbatical with the intended goal of finishing a scholarly book about the Renaissance painter Titian. However, the protagonist quickly finds himself distracted not by grand events or dramatic conflicts but by the sheer presence of the television set in his apartment. The book functions as a study of procrastination and the strange magnetism of the screen. It is a work that captures a very specific moment in the late 20th century while remaining remarkably relevant to the digital age. The narrative does not rely on a traditional plot driven by external action but instead leans into the internal rhythms of a mind trying to find its center amidst the noise of modern life. By centering the story on a man who has decided to stop watching television, the author creates a space to examine what fills the void left behind. It is a novel that balances high intellectual pursuits with the mundane realities of daily existence, creating a portrait of a person who is both a sophisticated thinker and a victim of his own wandering attention. In terms of the build and design of this literary work, the physical and structural elements are crafted to reflect the minimalist aesthetic of the author. The volume is typically presented as a slim and portable book, which belies the depth of the philosophical inquiries contained within its pages. The edition is often published with a clean and understated cover that mirrors the clinical yet poetic tone of the prose. The typography is generally selected for maximum readability, ensuring that the long and winding sentences which are a hallmark of this author can be followed with ease. The translation from the original French is handled with a delicate touch, capturing the specific dry wit and the rhythmic cadences of the original language. This structural integrity is important because the book relies heavily on its atmosphere. The paper quality and the binding are designed for a comfortable reading experience, whether one is sitting in a quiet library or traveling on a train. The physical dimensions of the book, which are roughly 5 by 8 inches, make it easy to carry, emphasizing its nature as a companion for reflection. The internal structure of the novel is not divided by traditional chapters but flows in a more continuous and organic manner. This design choice forces the reader to inhabit the same state of temporal suspension as the protagonist. The language itself is a construction of precision, where every word is chosen to evoke a specific visual or emotional response. This meticulous build ensures that the book remains a durable piece of literature that can be revisited multiple times without losing its structural resonance. How this novel performs as a piece of art is central to why it remains a topic of interest for those who study modern fiction. The performance of the prose is characterized by a deliberate and calculated lethargy that mimics the experience of boredom and the passage of time. This matters because it challenges the standard expectations of what a novel should do. Instead of providing a fast-paced escape, it provides a slow-paced immersion into the mechanics of thought. The narrative performance is subtle, using humor that is so dry it often feels like a series of private observations. This performance is crucial for conveying the theme of luck, which is mentioned in the title. The protagonist views his life and his surroundings through a lens of chance and minor coincidences. The way the sentences stretch out, often encompassing multiple observations in a single breath, allows the reader to experience the fluid nature of consciousness. This matters in a broader cultural context because it highlights the difficulty of sustained focus in a world that is designed to fragment attention. The novel performs a sort of slow-motion analysis of the act of looking. Whether the protagonist is looking at a Titian painting, a blank television screen, or the streets of Berlin, the act of observation is treated with a level of intensity that elevates the mundane to the level of the monumental. This performance transforms a simple story about a man in an apartment into a grander inquiry into the nature of reality and the ways in which we choose to spend our limited time on Earth. It is a performance that requires patience but rewards that patience with a profound sense of clarity and a renewed appreciation for the details of the surrounding world. This work is best suited for a specific type of reader who finds value in introspection and the nuances of literary style. It is an ideal choice for those who are drawn to the tradition of the French New Novel or the minimalist works of writers who focus more on state of mind than on outward action. Readers who enjoy the intersection of art history and fiction will find the discussions of Titian and the creative process particularly engaging. It is also well suited for individuals who are interested in media theory and the sociological impact of technology on human behavior. Because the novel deals so heavily with the themes of isolation and the search for meaning in a distracted world, it resonates with anyone who has ever felt the urge to unplug from the modern grid. It is a book for the patient reader who appreciates long, elegant sentences and the kind of humor that arises from the absurdity of everyday life. Those who prefer character studies over complex plots will find a wealth of material here, as the protagonist's internal world is rendered with exceptional detail. It is also a valuable resource for students of literature and translation who want to see how a singular voice can be maintained across different languages. This is not a book for someone looking for a high-stakes thriller, but rather for someone looking for a quiet and profound reflection on what it means to be an observer in the modern world. It is a sophisticated piece of writing that appeals to those who view reading as an intellectual exercise as much as an aesthetic pleasure. In a final balanced thought, Television, A Novel of Luck stands as a remarkably prescient critique of the way we engage with the world through screens and the psychological cost of our constant connectivity. While the specific technology it focuses on is the television of the late 20th century, the themes of distraction and the search for authentic experience are more relevant today than ever before. The book does not offer simple answers or a moralizing stance against technology, but instead provides a space for the reader to observe the observer. It is a work that highlights the beauty and the difficulty of doing nothing and the sheer effort required to maintain a sense of self in a world that is constantly calling for our attention. At a price of approximately $21, it represents a significant investment in a piece of contemporary art that continues to provoke thought long after the final page is turned. The novel serves as a reminder that the most important things in life are often the ones we overlook in our rush to be entertained. It is a balanced and thoughtful examination of the quiet moments that define us and the strange luck that guides our paths through the world. By focusing on the intersection of high art and low culture, the author has created a timeless study of human nature that remains both challenging and deeply rewarding. It is a testament to the power of the written word to capture the most fleeting and ephemeral aspects of our existence, providing a lasting record of the struggle to remain present in an increasingly distracted age. This book remains a cornerstone of minimalist literature and a vital part of any serious collection of modern fiction. Totaling roughly 160 pages, it is a dense and impactful experience that provides a unique perspective on the quiet complexities of the human spirit. Through its meticulous prose and philosophical depth, it invites a thorough consideration of how luck and choice intertwine in the fabric of our daily lives. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest product insights. Have a product you want us to review? Drop a like and subscribe, and comment below. Until next time, happy shopping.